Alright, let's talk about Backrooms and the phenomenon that is Kane Parsons. Here's the thing. When I first heard about this movie, I was skeptical. Another YouTube creator turned filmmaker? We've seen that story before, right? But then I watched the original Backrooms short on YouTube, and wow. I was hooked. There's something about that endless yellow maze, the buzzing fluorescent lights, and the sense that something is just off. It's like Parsons tapped into a collective nightmare we didn't even know we shared. What makes this really interesting is how Parsons didn't invent the Backrooms. He found this obscure creepypasta, this liminal space concept, and turned it into something massive. It's like he took a whisper from the internet and amplified it into a scream. Personally, I think that's genius. He didn't just adapt a story, he became the curator of a mythos. And that mythos? It's all about liminal spaces, those places that feel familiar but are just wrong. Hotel hallways, empty offices, abandoned malls. Parsons takes these spaces and stretches them into infinity, removing all exits. That's horror at its core, the familiar made alien. One thing that immediately stands out is how Parsons expanded the Backrooms from a single short into a sprawling universe. His YouTube series didn't just repeat the same formula. It introduced new locations, new creatures, and a whole mythology around async. It's like he built a sandbox for horror fans to play in. And then, when Hollywood came calling, he didn't just remake his videos. He created a new story within the same universe. That's bold. Most creators would have played it safe, but Parsons went bigger. He trusted his audience to follow him into uncharted territory. In my opinion, the feature film is a masterclass in balancing fan service with originality. You've got the yellow rooms, the buzzing lights, and async, but the characters and narrative are fresh. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Clark? Brilliant casting. He brings this quiet desperation to the role, a man whose personal failures mirror the horrors of the Backrooms. And Renata Reinsva as Mary? She's the heart of the film, searching for meaning in a world that refuses to make sense. What many people don't realize is how much the performances ground this surreal story. Without them, it could have been just another monster movie. A detail I find fascinating is the production design. They built 30,000 square feet of interconnected sets, 37,000 square feet of custom wallpaper, 29,000 square feet of carpeting. That's insane. But it paid off. The Backrooms feel real because they were real, at least on set. Crew members got lost in the maze-like sets. How meta is that? The line between fiction and reality blurs, and that's exactly what the Backrooms are about. What this really suggests is that Parsons understands horror on a fundamental level. He doesn't explain everything. The Backrooms remain a mystery, just like they do for the characters. That ambiguity is terrifying. It's like he's saying, here's the maze. Good luck finding your way out. And the monsters? They're not just scary, they're symbolic. Pirate Clark, for example, isn't just a tall guy in a costume. He's a distorted reflection of Clark himself, a manifestation of his inner darkness. That's next-level storytelling. If you take a step back and think about it, Backrooms is more than a movie. It's a cultural moment. It's the culmination of years of internet collaboration, of creepypasta, of analog horror. It's proof that YouTube creators can make the leap to Hollywood without losing their edge. But it's also a cautionary tale. The A24 copyright controversy? That was a wake-up call. The Backrooms were born from the internet, from fan art, from shared imagination. Trying to lock that down feels wrong. Parsons got it. He defended the fans, even when it meant going against the studio. That's why people love him. This raises a deeper question. Where does Parsons go from here? He's already hinted at moving on from A24, searching for new co-writers. Will he return to the Backrooms, or will he explore new worlds? Personally, I think he's just getting started. He's not just a filmmaker, he's a world builder. And whatever he does next, I'm here for it. So, if you haven't seen Backrooms yet, go watch it. But don't stop there. Dive into the YouTube series, explore the fan art, read the creepypasta. It's all connected. And remember, the Backrooms aren't just a place. They're a feeling. That sense of being lost, of being trapped in a world that doesn't quite make sense. We've all been there. And that's why Backrooms works. It's not just horror. It's a mirror.